Good afternoon, investors. My name is Matt Leshber with 1836 Property Management in beautiful Austin, Texas. In this video, we're going to discuss some pros and cons of how to sell investment properties, whether you should list the property while occupied or vacant. Let's dig right in. So let's say you want to sell the property, but you have a tenant in place. What you could do is start by offering the sale to the residents. Now, that's always the dream scenario, right? Everybody that applies for your property, if you're an owner who's self-managed, they're going to tell you, we love it. We want to buy it from you. Can we just move in? And that's how they fall in love with the property and how you fall in love with them. So sometimes it works. I've seen one or two of these sales go through, but most of the time it does not. They wouldn't be renting if they could buy right off the bat, or if they're going to buy your property, they're also going to shop around as well just to make sure it's a good idea. So offering it to the tenants is great. If they take it, great. If it works, great. After that, however, you're going to want to look for a pool of investors. You can do this for a 24-hour pocket listing by current standards. That does change over time. But with a pool of investors, they want a property that is already producing income, has a resident in place. They don't have to lease it, make it ready, or worry about it being vacant. So those are great people to purchase your property and reduce your vacancy, make ready costs, commissions, and everything else. So some of the pros of listing the property while it's still occupied is it prevents you having to do those repairs we just mentioned, such as paint, carpet, landscaping, all that good stuff. An investor wants a solid property. They don't want a property that makes them feel like home. They want that thing to make sense on the numbers. If it's purchased by another investor, they're going to start making a return on that right away, which if they buy one on the open market, they're going to have to deal with all the leasing, make ready, and vacancy fees in the meantime. As the seller, you can also continue collecting rent until that thing is closed. If you have a vacant property, there's not going to be any rent coming up. Some cons of listing the property while it's occupied. The tenants are going to be inconvenienced, and I can tell you that they're going to be nice once or twice, but they're not going to be so nice ongoing. So they're not going to clean it, keep it clean. They're not going to have it in the most showable shape. And well, it's not going to be as easy as it sounds. However, a rent credit could dramatically help the situation if you can collaborate with them. Other investors will try to get a better deal from you. Therefore, they might offer you less. But the truth is, you've got something they want. So stick to that, negotiate well, and I think you're going to come out okay. It does limit the pool of people buying it. If you're only reaching out to a pool of investors, the open market is not getting their option to purchase that property. And so it's going to limit that pool, which reduces the demand, right? But that demand may still be there and may be worth investigating. You could always say no. Conventional loans may also not be approved because you're not doing an owner occupant where someone is buying it to move in. You're going to have to sell that to somebody that has a loan that is an investor loan. Can be done. It's not that hard to do. It's what you would do if you're an investor, but not everybody can do it. Let's talk about listing while vacant for a little bit. So you can wait until the tenants move out. You can complete the necessary repairs, make it look beautiful, make it smell beautiful, and then list the property as soon as it's practically ready for the market. Some of the pros of that is that you're going to have the biggest pool of potential buyers, right? Investors as well as owner occupants. You may be able to raise the price, therefore, because there's more demand, to maximize your gross income on that property. Now, time on the market should also be limited since you have the maximum exposure if you price it right, if you make it ready right. That make it ready right and price it right time is what may limit your net income on that property after the sale is done. Some cons is that if you've got a mortgage, you're going to be responsible for paying the taxes and the insurance and the utilities and everything else while that property is sitting there getting made ready, getting pretty, getting photos taken, and sitting on the market waiting for that buyer. And then after it's under contract, you still got to wait for them to close, if they close. It's also recommended, as we mentioned earlier, to do those repairs. So you're going to have to invest some money to make some money. Whether you're going to make a return on that, to be determined. As always, if we can do anything to help you make real estate investing easy, please give us a call. We're here in Austin for you, 512-994-4323. We'll see you on the next video.